start to simmer, and thank you for joining me for another Sims building video. Today, today, I'm not gonna lie, I struggled. I struggled real bad with this one, guys. It is a budget starter home for a family of four. I envisioned, right, parents, two parents, and then twin boys. I guess they don't have to be twins, but I threw a bunk bed in there. I got a little wild. I threw a bunk bed in there. Those boys were not getting their own individual rooms. Of course, it doesn't really matter. It's two kids, two adults. The reason I just struggled, well, I also I made it a tiny home. Now, all three videos, this one included, that I have posted to this channel, have been, the first one was a tiny home, and then I did a micro home. I don't know why I did that. I did a micro home, and then this is another tiny home. You might think, oh my god, you love to build with tiny living, like that must be your favorite pack ever. No. I don't know why I do this to myself. I don't know why. I record myself struggling. I'm not like struggling, but it's definitely a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I genuinely, I have to confess, I started this build looked completely different. What you guys are seeing here is actually my second attempt at doing this build. The first one, I was pretty keen on, like, okay, we're going to make this a small home because we've done a tiny home, a micro home. Let's do a small home. And it should be good. I'm going to do 4 Sims. We're going to make it a starter build budget. Like, perfect. You get like 24,000 simoleons after you buy the lot to build the home. And I was like, that's plenty of money. That's a lot of money. What? 24,000? No big deal. Whatever. I really shot myself in the foot. It was 2 stories. It had like an entry room. It had a hallway. We had a water closet. I was trying to get 2 full bathrooms upstairs. When I tell you I didn't even really, I was just really putting placeholder stuff. I hadn't put any floors. There was no wallpaper on the walls. I had not put anything on the outside of the build. There was nothing, no landscaping, genuinely nothing. I really hadn't even gotten to the upstairs. I had placed maybe like a bed in each bedroom, and I tried doing the kitchen. I hit the budget. I hit the ceiling of the budget. It was ridiculous. I had to bulldoze. I probably got 40 minutes into building and had to bulldoze the whole build because I realized it was not going to happen. We really had to commit to being a small home, a pretty small home. So I built it as small as possible, and then I realized the tiles would qualify us to get it into the tiny home tier. And I was just like, you know what, we're going to commit. We're going to do another tiny home. And honestly, it works out because the perks that you get, I'm always talking about the perks, the damn perks for the tiny homes. And they're really worth it. Skill gain, positive moodlets, all that jazz. Love it. So why not? I definitely think after this build, I am going to not adhere myself to so much of a budget in the future, because this home, although I'm generally happy with how it ended up, it's lacking a lot for me. I had to focus on, making sure everybody had somewhere to do like their homework, and they could sit and eat, and that the kitchen was functional. And it just ends up being kind of sparse. I don't even get like upper cabinets for the kitchen, which is really sad. And you could argue like we probably could have saved money by removing the desk in the kids' room, like desks plural, because they can do their homework like at the kitchen table or sitting on the couch. They can do it sitting on the floor, honestly. But it really wouldn't have saved us a whole lot of simoleons. We could have allocated that money into other places. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we probably should have. But I guess we live and we learn. But in the future, I might still do tiny homes, but I might allow myself more of a budget, which is actually what I did in the first build. I was reminiscing, like, as I was building this one and also the micro home. I was like, gosh, like, I feel so cut off. I feel cut off at the knees because I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I have all the essentials and I want to, add some clutter items and make things look a little bit more interesting. And I just can't, I just don't have the budget for it. We can't do it. Sorry, guys. But this, I mean, that is essentially what this home is meant to be. It's a starter home. You're meant to just be able to put 4 Sims in here, and with the money the game gives you, you can literally just hit the ground running. That being that if you have the packs available, which the packs that I used were Tiny Living and Parenthood for this one. So if you have those, and you honestly, I mean, I did use not a lot. I mean, the couch and then the side chair, the extra chair, whatever, is Tiny Living, but I don't really use that many Tiny Living objects. Maybe I could have used more, but I just really don't use them. So you could get away with only having Parenthood. The cabinets are Parenthood, and I think the table, I end up changing it to. I'm going to change it in like a second. Yeah, there it is. That is the Parenthood table. Such a good pack, Parenthood. I don't have all of the packs, but Parenthood is one that I got like pretty early on, and I think it just adds a lot of really great gameplay, and it has a really great array of items in build mode. So if you could place this without having Tiny Living, honestly, and you could definitely make it work. But if you don't have Tiny Living, that is also a pack that I recommend, because I just love the tiny home, micro home, small home, tiers. I don't know. It, like, the builds that I've done really make it seem like I play with this pack a lot, and I really don't. I only just built like a small home for my sim recently because I wanted her to build up her skills really, really quickly. And before that, I had not built a small home or a tiny home in a very long time. But it's definitely something I'll take advantage of in my own personal gameplay with my legacy. We're going to move on to the backyard in like a minute here, but again, the budget, we just didn't have the budget. We got a set of monkey bars and that was it. Also, I'm putting this chair in the corner, and as I place it here, and when I went to go play test it, it was not functional. Like, the sim could not get around to this other side of the bed. But at that point I went in and I moved it over, and then I uploaded it to the gallery. So it is fully functional. So if you're seeing it right now and you're like, my sim will not be able to get to the other side, it's okay. I fixed it. They will be able to get there. No problem. I also wanted to bring up that I'm not short on ideas. Like, I'm definitely very excited to build more things in The Sims. I'm probably going to do a community lot next. I'm thinking like a coffee shop. I think that could be kind of fun. But if there's anybody out there that has any kind of request, if someone puts in the comments, I want a micro home for 8 Sims on a budget, I will do that. I guess I'll do that. If you want to do something like that, I need a budget home for 6 Sims, and I want it to use like X, Y, or Z pack. If you want to comment, I'll probably do it. Now, I don't have every pack ever, so I will try and accommodate for whatever packs you say. But I would say I roughly have probably just under 50%. I have most of the expansion packs, especially like the earlier ones. I have most of the stuff packs. I have a fair amount of the game packs. I have not done any of the what are the small packs, like, that just have a couple of things in them? I don't think I have any of those. I might have I have like the The one where it's a lot of plants. I can't remember the name of it. I'm so sorry. But yeah, if you want to see something in particular, you can just comment it and I will probably do it. But otherwise, I'm just gonna do whatever my old brain just cooks up. Like maybe we'll start a rags to riches style thing. That could be kind of fun. I've been thinking about doing that because I don't. That's not how I play, man. I just kind of let my Sims have as much money as they want. I'm not good at budgeting. Like even in real life, I'm not good at budgeting. So why would I subject my Sims to that? Like that sounds so stressful. Like I already get stressed out thinking about budgeting IRL. Like why would I do that to my poor Sims? But maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do a rags to riches and I'll start off with like a roof and like a really crappy bed. We're coming towards kind of the end of the build here, and as you can see, it is sparse. It is incredibly sparse. I'm like, let me jazz it up with some terrain paint. I'm trying to save it. I'm trying to save it so bad. It's just not. It's not happening. It's not happening, friends. I did my best. We just couldn't. We couldn't afford bushes. At that point, I was like, it's over. We're cooked. I couldn't afford any bushes. Here's a nice little this picture of the build. Your Sims will be happy here. If you like this video, you can subscribe. If you're still watching, still listening, thank you so much. I hope everybody has, I was gonna say great weekend. It's the weekend for me, maybe not for you, but have a good night.